The Apple Watch is the most popular smartwatch on the market. The watch has much functionality, all controlled by 3 inputs: the side button, the digital crown, and touch capabilities. If you've just purchased or are considering an Apple Watch, check out this quick start video. Welcome to Ellen's Tips for iOS, where I help seniors master their iPhones and iPads. Let's get started. The digital crown is the circular rotating button on the side of your Apple Watch. It has many functions by pushing or scrolling. It can even take an electrocardiogram if you have a newer Apple Watch. The side button is the flat button next to the digital crown. It too has many functions, either by pressing or pressing and holding. The display is your Apple Watch's screen. It responds to taps, swipes, and presses. Turning your watch so that the face is down, you'll see the band release buttons to change your watch bands. The optical heart sensor dots measure your heart rate and pulse oximetry if you have a newer watch model. Your Apple Watch comes with a charging cable that looks like a round disc and magnetically attaches to the back of the watch to charge it. Let's take a deeper dive into the side button and what it can do. It can be used to power on and off your Apple Watch. You can also use the side button to access the dock, emergency features, and compass backtrack. To power your watch off or on, I'm going to go ahead and push on the side button here and just hold it for a second. And now you'll see we come into a menu area, and in the upper right corner, this is the option to turn the power of the Apple Watch off. And now all you need to do is slide the button over, and that will turn the watch off. To turn the watch on, again, you're going to push and hold on this side button until the Apple Watch logo appears, and then you can release it. You can also access your medical ID, emergency SOS, or compass backtrack using the side button. So I'll push and hold on the side button. I'll come in to that area again, and you'll see that emergency call is on the lower end. You would just slide to activate it. This should only be used in case of an emergency and you need to get a hold of 911 or whatever that emergency service is in your country. Compass backtrack is a feature that allows you to retrace your steps. So if I slide compass backtrack, you'll see that I come into an area that says Apple Watch can record your route in case you get lost. You tap on Start, and the Apple Watch will record your route. Now, once I tap Cancel, it's going to take me back to the compass area. So I'm going to have to come back out by pushing on the digital crown to come back to the watch face. And if I push and hold on the Apple side button again, I'll come back in where I can access my medical ID. So every time you come into this area, you need to push that side button. Once you tap out of it, it takes you to the main watch face. So if I swipe to come into medical ID, you'll see all of my medical ID options. And if you aren't familiar with that, I have a video on medical ID, and I'll put a link to it in the show notes. So anyhow, that's how to access some of the things using the side button. And let me show you some other options. So now let's look at some other options using the side button. In the previous case, we were pushing and holding on the side button. If I just push the side button one time, it brings me into the dock area. And the dock area has either a list of your most recent apps, or it has a list of your favorite apps. To set that up, I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm going to swipe out, I'm going to close this, and I'm going to come back into the Watch app. So you can see the Watch app here. I'm going to come into the Watch app. I'm going to locate the dock. And here you'll see that I have favorites listed. You can also choose recents. And if you want to edit this app, you can tap on edit. You can remove and add things from your favorite area. So you can set this up however you want. And to access it, you just need to push that side button one time to access the dock. You can also use the side button to access Apple Pay, and if you haven't set that up, I'll put a link to a video in the show notes. But to access Apple Pay from your watch, double press on the side button. Your Apple Card or Visa or whatever you have set up for Apple Pay will appear, and then you just hold your watch near the card reader to pay for whatever it is that you're purchasing. Let's move on to the digital crown or the circular button on the side of your Apple Watch. If I press one time on the digital crown, it takes me into a list of all my apps, whether they're in list view or gallery view, and I can then use the digital crown to scroll through these apps if I'd like. When I press on the digital crown one time again, it's going to bring me back to the watch face. If I double push quickly on the digital crown, it's going to bring me into the last app that I used. And you have to do that double push in a pretty quick succession, but that was the last app that I accessed. If I press one time again, it's going to bring me back to the watch face. Now, if I push and hold on the digital crown, it's going to bring me to Siri. And you have to have that option turned on inside of the Watch app. So to do that, I'm going to come out of the Apple Watch mirroring. I'm going to come into the Apple Watch settings area. I'm going to tap on Siri and then just make sure that this digital crown option is turned on to use the digital crown to access Siri. Now let's get a little fancy by using both the digital crown and the side button together. If I quickly push on the digital crown and the side button one time together, it will take a screenshot of the Apple Watch. So that's how to take a screenshot on your Apple Watch. If I come into the workout area and I start a workout, if I push and hold on the digital crown together with the side button, it should pause my workout. And if I do it again, it should restart the workout. Now, if I swipe using a swipe gesture, if I swipe towards the right on my watch face, here is where I can end the workout, pause the workout. But it's just as easy to do by pushing and holding on the digital crown and the side button quickly at the same time to pause and restart your workouts. Swiping on your digital display is crucial to access certain things. So if I swipe up from the bottom of my Apple Watch display, it brings me into the control center of the Apple Watch. Then if I push the digital crown, that will take me out. If I swipe down from the top of my display, now it brings me into my notification centers. So swipe gestures are just as important on your digital display. You can also use swipe gestures inside of the watch face picker. So if I push and hold on my screen to come in to the watch face area, I can swipe through to access any of the watch faces that I have. I can also swipe up to remove a watch face. Tap on remove and that watch face will be gone. So swipe gestures are an integral part of the Apple Watch. Hopefully, this Apple Watch tutorial has helped you learn how to navigate your Apple Watch. Mastering these buttons and gestures will give you confidence to access everything you need. After that, you'll be using your Apple Watch like a pro. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.